Hello there. I want you to get this article out of your binder. Teenagers use tech devices to cheat on tests at school, survey finds. And I want you also to get your colored markers if you haven't yet. What I'm going to teach you is how, using quiz questions, you go back to the text to find the answers. All right, you all should have this copy now, these questions. So here's your first question. Which sentence from the introduction, paragraphs 1 to 2, best states the main idea of the entire article? Here are your choices. Teenagers use the internet often. Some teenagers use the internet in bad ways. A company called McAfee handed out a survey. The survey showed students think it is easy to take a photo of notes or test answers. So we want to go back to the article to paragraphs 1 and 2. So that's this one and this one. So what are your choices again? Look at your different choices. And the question is, what's the main idea of the article from those two paragraphs? And what is it? B. So that's my answer. But how do I know this for sure? So I have to go back to the article. And I find this line. Some teenagers use the internet in bad ways. And I highlight that. And then I write the number 1 next to that, because that's my answer for number 1. Now I've just used evidence from the text to prove this answer. Okay, now we'll do number 2. What is the main focus of the section being mean to each other on the internet? How adults feel about students being mean on the internet. How students enjoy using Facebook and Instagram. How adults are trying to reach out to students online. How students are being cyberbullied on websites. So how do we find that? We have to go to being mean to each other on the internet. So there's that section right there. And we're looking for an answer that matches there. Okay, so what is the answer? Here we go. The students use some websites to cyberbully. The students are using websites. So there's number 2. I'm using evidence to prove my answer. Okay, number 3. How can teenagers be safe online? By keeping their information private, by asking their parents about cyberbullying, by using only websites like Snapchat, by asking permission to see blocked websites. So I'm going back here, seeking advice. How can we be safe online? There it is. To be safe online, people must be private. Right there. By keeping their information private. So that's number 3. Oh, let me pick a different color. I'll go with blue now. Last question. How did test taking in schools change because of teenagers using technology? So I need to go back to the front where it talks about test taking. How did it change? How did test taking change? Well, it's kind of this whole paragraph here. Students think it's easy to take a photo or note of test answers. They peek at it while taking a test. They copy the answers down on a test. So how does that match? Number 4, How did test taking in schools change? Students began using their phones to cheat. Here it is. They're cheating. This is cheating. So I'm going to write number 4 next to that. All right, so from now on, anytime you are doing this for your article of the week, and you have these questions that come up like this, and there's like 4 questions, part of your assignment is to go into the text and highlight the evidence and mark which answer it goes to. You can see that we've done that on this. That is part of your assignment. So the first part is annotating throughout. Second part is highlighting and marking the evidence to answer this. And the third part is what I will teach you in the next video.